AITA for not letting daughter control thermostat? Context: we're from the UK. I am struggling to see why we are in the wrong as deemed by my parents and sister. My husband uses Reddit and thought this sub would provide a third insight that we are missing. My husband, 42M, and I, 40F, have two daughters, Jane, 22F, and Lisa, 5F. This concerns Jane, who has been struggling with the cold. Jane started to complain about the temperature of the house. Now it's no longer summertime. Currently, we leave the central heating off all the time apart from in the early morning, 5 to 7 a.m., so Lisa doesn't get too cold when she is awake. My husband and I don't have an issue with the temperature of the house. It's approximate 16 C at night across all of the bedrooms since we checked in case her room was draftier. We don't really feel it and do not see where Jane is coming from. Jane complains and says she wears multiple layers to bed and around the house while we are all asleep. So, she asked if she could have access to the thermostat in order to switch the heating on at a higher temperature than 18 C, what we set it as. She wants to raise it to 21 C, but we said no. She keeps complaining about how she has to wear 4 layers to bed so she doesn't feel cold in the morning. Lisa says it isn't cold when we ask her. My husband and I also don't feel the cold, so we said no to her asking and thought that would put an end to it. It did not. We had dinner at my parents' house in which Jane was making comments about how warm and toasty her grandparents' house is. My parents were shocked that we didn't allow her access to the thermostat, and they tried to sway us into giving her access, because it isn't right for her to sleep in multiple layers. My sister also agreed with them and said my daughter has valid points since the temperature is starting to drop in the night. Are we wrong here?